Yo, what's happening, everybody? Today is Sunday, August 16th. The only reason I know that is because yesterday was my birthday. So to that end, it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Also, I'll use my favorite things if I want to, so I think I want to. Right. First things first. So, it's going to be Leviathan. And I actually was thinking about going with lime, lavender, cedar wood, but I couldn't find it. I know I've got a couple, but I don't know what happened to them. Or I should say I don't know where they are, so there's that. Brush is going to be this one, the Chubby 2 Disco Haze from The Simpsons. I'll talk about the brush in a second. Let's go ahead and get this mug loaded real quick. Right. This Leviathan, actually, it's there's not a whole lot left in this tub. If you guys know me, you know I have a lot of soaps, and whoa! To think that I am really that close to the bottom of a tub is weird. Very weird, actually. It's weird. Today's razor is going to be this is a Wolfman WR10C on a WR-H2 handle, and the blade is a Gillette Silver Blue. I couldn't find the Gillette Platinums, so it is what it is. Turn this off. So yeah, like I mentioned, today is the day after my birthday, which means that the day before today was indeed my birthday, my 38th birthday. August 15th, 1977 is when it happened. I was actually born very late in the day. I was born at like 11:54 p.m. So today was almost my birthday. Very close to being my birthday, actually. Yeah, I was going to talk about this brush. I have been crazy about these Disco Haze brushes from Simpsons ever since the first time I saw them. This was the first, if I'm not mistaken, this was the very first, like, limited edition, quote-unquote, handle from Simpsons that I saw. And I grimaced like that because these things are not limited editions. They just make them every now and again and sell them, and then they make them again and sell them and make them again and sell them. You can see the pattern there, but again, they're not limited editions. The handles are just a little bit different than the normal, fake ivory joints, which is weird actually because they sell a lot of, or a couple of other fake ivory brushes as limited editions that have like the ivory grain and the ivory stripe. So I just prefer to call the regular Simpsons brushes what, which is what I'm going to call them. Anyway, so yeah, ever since I first saw one of these brushes with a disco haze handle, I was like, I have absolutely got to have one of those, and I got one, and I'm happy about that. Does it perform any different than a Chubby with Manchurian knot and a non-disco handle? It does not. Does it look better than most of them? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and get this on the road. As I mentioned, yesterday was my birthday. I had big plans this weekend. My big plans were to wash my car and eat a steak. Again, I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. Boo. The restaurant scene here is nothing special. because there really isn't much of anything special here. I will say that I did find a store called Three Rivers Market. Three Rivers Market is it's like a organic grocery store kind of thing, but it's locally owned. It's a co-op, actually, is what it is. Excuse me. That's actually like my favorite place that I've found to eat so far in this place. Well, that, and there's a nice little breakfast spot in Old City called Ollie B that I did like that place when I went. Anyway, so yeah, I was talking to some of the people at work on Friday, asking you know, where's a good place? What's the dopest place to get a steak from in this little village? And they told me Fleming's, which it's a chain. And when they were describing it, I told them that I'd been there before, or that I've heard of it. Excuse me, I've never eaten at Fleming's. But you know, they were like, yeah, that place, you know, it's a little fancy and expensive. They offer valet service, which valet service is nothing. Yeah, valet service really does not give you any kind of whatever. So yeah, that's the kind of I guess that's just the kind of, and this is going to sound really terrible, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I can't think of a better way to. But it's the, you know, the small town mentality, which, if you know me, you know, I'm not really, I prefer, I don't prefer small town anything. It's not my first choice. The restaurant scene here is nowhere near as far along as it is in Nashville, which is kind of unfair because Nashville punches way outside of its league, so to speak, as far as restaurants are concerned. The restaurant scene in Nashville is a little out of control for a city of that size. But again, in Nashville's defense, Nashville has pushed itself into a new tier of city over the past 2 years or so. This razor is just doing its thing. You know, it's kind of crazy to think that I'm using all my favorite things and the razor is not an above the tie. That is crazy. Excuse me. Yeah, that's crazy that an above the tie is not my favorite razor, but that goes to show what kind of razors it is that James at Wolfman is producing these days. James, you're a bad man. Thanks for designing these razors. And John at Los Angeles Shaving Soap Company, big thanks to you for actually even turning James on to, you know, machining these safety razors. Right. So yeah, I had my steak. It was good. I didn't go to Fleming's. Fleming's is in the burbs. It's not even in the city. So I decided to not go to the burbs. And I ended up going to Ruth Chris instead, which is, Ruth Chris is always a solid place to eat a steak at. I'll never complain about going there. Also, I had a pour of my favorite whiskey, which is Lagavulin 16-year-old single malt. Glorious as always. Birthday celebrations will bleed over into next weekend, and the weekend after that for that matter. And I'm not really one of these birth month people. I think that's weird and very, I don't know, it's just weird. Next month, or next week, excuse me, directly after I get out of the office, I'm hitting the road, Interstate 75 South, for about 3.5 hours. Final destination, Atlanta, Georgia. As Kevin Saunderson is going to be playing. Kevin Saunderson, if you've been paying attention, which I'll forgive you if you don't remember, but Kevin Saunderson is one of the Belleville Three. The Belleville Three being the three pioneering gentlemen, the other two being Derek May and Juan Atkins, the fine upstanding citizens that put Detroit techno on the planet. And as a bit of an editorial, I've seen Kevin Saunderson play numerous times. I've actually caught him a few times this year. I'm not going to say it's disheartening, but it's a little that every time you go to see Kevin Saunderson, he doesn't really play techno. He plays house, which is fine. I do love house music, but you know, you're one of the three people that you can point the finger at and thank or blame for the creation of Detroit techno. And it's just like, play techno, dude. Again, that's absolutely no diss on when he plays house, but a million people play house, literally. At least this go round, he probably is going to play a little bit tougher than normal because he's going to be tagging with a guy called DJ Pierre. Excuse me. DJ Pierre is, I told you guys about him the other day. He is part of the group Future. And Future are the people that wrote the record Acid Tracks, which was like, you know, the first released Acid House record. So he's going to be playing with DJ Pierre. The name of Pierre's night is Afro Acid. Well, I don't know if it's called Afro Acid anymore. But anyway, so yeah, he's going to be playing with Pierre. So I have to wonder if Pierre is going to coax Kevin Saunderson into playing a little bit tougher than he normally does, which would be cool. So we'll see. That's again, that's next weekend. That's in Atlanta. I'm looking forward to that. Should be pretty good. Very good. The weekend after that, here in Knoxville, Mark Farina is going to be playing. This is actually going to be the second time this summer that I see Mark Farina, which is crazy to think, because I've never really been the world's biggest Mark Farina fan, but if you guys remember, I made a video one of the last weekends that I was still living in Nashville. I made a video and I was gushing over Mark Farina's set. So that's going to be a good one, hopefully. I hope he plays as up-tempo as he did in Nashville. But, you know, it's like I think I mentioned down here. If I haven't, then I should have. But Knoxville is a weird city, because in the events that I've gone to, people just don't really dance, which is a little annoying, but it is what it is. I need to talk to some of the guys around here that actually put on nights. I know that the guy that owns the stereo, the PA, the system that they bring into the events at the club where Mark Farina is going to be playing, where Josh Wink also played. I understand that he's a drum and bass guy, so I need to talk to him about putting on some events, because I want to play. I really want to play. Speaking of which, I've really missed my records really badly this weekend. Yeah, it sucks not having my turntables and my records here yet. So I've been a little boo-hoo about that. And this has got to be a record for the world's aftershave for me. I had every intention of going to the theater this weekend, and watching Straight Outta Compton. That didn't get to happen yet. Oh, also, as far as aftershave is concerned, I suppose I should clue you in. We're going with Kyovu Seville. Seville actually is I was torn when I couldn't find lime, lavender, and cedarwood. I was torn between Seville and Leviathan. There is no Leviathan aftershave yet. It is going to happen this winter. I'm very happy about that. Will, way to listen to at least me, if not everybody else. I imagine it's going to be more of that beautiful smoky sandalwood goodness. That the soap is. Which means that'll put me in the mood to wear Santal Noble by MPG, Mitra Perfumier et Gantier, master perfumer and glove maker in French, is the name of the house that put out Santal Noble. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I hope you will have a good week, and I will see you guys soon. Oh, also, I'm probably going to be selling some brushes. I'm going to be putting them up for sale at the Shave Nook in their buy-sell trade. So I think there's about 3 brushes or so that I'm going to be getting rid of. So you may want to have a look there. Bye, you guys. Peace. See you soon.